All right, let's see what Trump said. Trump says there will likely be more casualties.
We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible so that won't be the case.
So he knows he is responsible for the death of innocent American soldiers who think they're being patriots, but they're really being deceived by the greater state of Israel. They think that they're doing what's right by their country, and they're being sold out by Trump because he's controlled by Jewish supremacists through blackmail. Trump cares more about his reputation, even at the age of 80 years old, than the lives of young, especially young white Christians who think that they're dying for their country, but they're really dying for the people that control Trump like a dog. You could hear your air conditioning. Let me close this door. Is it really that bad? It can't be that bad. No, it's fine. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to turn it off. And also, Kier Starmer. He just looks like Piers, right? Christian Truth Seeking, Christ is King, appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. What did Kier Starmer say?
Yesterday,
Me mommy.
I spoke to you about the situation in the Gulf.
Gulf.
And
The Gulf.
explained that the United Kingdom was not involved in the strikes on Iran. That remains the case. Over the last 2 days, Iran has launched sustained attacks across the region at countries who did not attack them.
Do you know Kier Starmer is married to a Jewish woman? Do you know that Kier Starmer goes to the synagogue? Do you know that he has Jewish children? Because in the Jewish faith, in order to be Jewish, your mother needs to be Jewish. Kier Starmer literally has Jewish children. I'm not sure if he converted, but heard online that he does go to synagogue.
Never bitch at another fan again, stupid nigger.
I'm not bitching. It's just nobody cares who you are, and you think that you're in a conversation with me. So look at that. You can look at his life and his family. Maybe you can understand why Kier Starmer's doing what he's doing.
They've hit airports and hotels where British citizens are staying. This is clearly a dangerous situation. We have at least 200,000 British citizens in the region. Residents, families on holiday, and those in transit. I ask all our people in the region to please register your presence and follow Foreign Office travel advice. I know this is a deeply worrying time.
I know.
And we will continue to do all we can to support you. Our armed forces, who are located across the region, are also being put at risk by Iran's actions.
So what's funny about this is because the narrative, let's be real for a second, is that Muslims are terrorists, right? That's why you have this false flag attack allegedly in Austin where he says has property of Allah and he has a Quran in his car. But there's never people don't talk about the fact that white Christians like this, Kier Starmer, Donald Trump, and now France, they are, how is this not considered terrorism? Is it because they hold positions of governmental power? Why would you not consider them terrorists? Don't want to fight this war. It's just terrorism on a much larger scale, but they put a flag behind them and they wear a suit. And so they don't fit the idea of a terrorist that people in Israel promote. And I don't think that people should blame all white Christians for this. Obviously not. I 100% don't agree with that. But there needs to be some more accountability and responsibility for these white people who are selling out their own country, selling out their own people for the Jewish supremacists.
Yesterday, Iran hit a military base in Bahrain, narrowly missing British personnel. The death of the supreme leader will not stop Iran from launching these strikes. Their approach is becoming even more reckless and more dangerous to civilians. Our decision that the UK would not be...
Great point. See, now people are getting mad when I said that. They said, they don't wear suicide vests, you don't. And see, maybe that is an important distinction to make, right? If you're going to say people like ISIS who are funded by the CIA, these people are terrorists, right? They're wearing suicide vests. So if you do believe that these are real Muslim terrorists and not funded by the CIA, even though they are, then the difference is that they are actually the ones doing the terrorism. People like Kier Starmer and Donald Trump will sit comfortably, partnered up with people in the Epstein files, and let other people die for them. They will sell out their own people. They'll let their country die. Why do you think that's more noble They're like, okay, they don't wear suicide vests. Does that make it any better? The difference is like it's a kamikaze fighter versus a coward taking millions, billions of dollars and letting others die. In comparison, I think this is, I don't even see how you could conflate the two.
Involved with the strikes on Iran was deliberate, not least because we believe that the best way forward for the region and for the world is a negotiated settlement, one in which Iran agrees to give up any aspirations to develop a nuclear weapon.
Israel has nukes. So Israel has the Samson option. They have, part of their doctrine is if there's too much anti-Semitism, they could push a button that nukes the entire world. But Iran can have a nuclear weapon, so why can Israel?
Striking British interests nonetheless, and putting British people at huge risk, along with our allies across the region.
Lie.
That is the situation we face today.
He looks worried.
Our partners in the Gulf have asked us...
Even the way he's holding his hands, he looks like he's cuffed, doesn't he? Looks like a prisoner in his own country where he is appearing as the leader.
...to do more to defend them. And it is my duty to protect British lives. We have British jets in the air as part of coordinated defensive operations.
Again, back to the Quran. They will claim to be spreading peace while pushing corruption in the land. They say, we will be the peacemakers, while war is all around them.
Which have already successfully intercepted Iranian strikes. But the only way to stop the threat is to destroy the missiles at source, in their storage depots, or the launchers which are used to fire the missiles. The United States has requested permission to use British bases for that specific and limited defensive purpose. We have taken the decision to accept this request to prevent Iran firing missiles across the region, killing innocent civilians, putting British lives at risk.
And someone in chat said, look what Muslims do with kitchen knives, imagine them with nukes. It's funny, so you're calling people with kitchen knives Muslims, but you don't call the cartel that comes in from the southern Mexican border. They're all Catholic. Why don't you call them Christian? The cartel, they're never called Christian, but okay, you see knife crime going on in Europe. Now they're Muslim. Be consistent with it.
And hitting countries that have not been involved. The basis of our decision is the collective self-defense of long-standing friends and allies and protecting British lives. That is in accordance with international law, and we are publishing a summary of our legal advice. We are not joining these strikes, but we will continue with our defensive actions in the region. And we will also bring experts from Ukraine together with our own experts to help Gulf partners shoot down Iranian drones attacking them. I want to be very clear.
Can you speak faster,
We all
Kier?
remember the mistakes of Iraq, and we have learned those lessons. We were not involved in the initial strikes on Iran, and we will not join offensive action now. But Iran is pursuing a scorched earth strategy, so we are supporting the collective self-defense of our allies and our people in the region. Because that is our duty to the British people. It is the best way to eliminate the urgent threat and prevent the situation spiralling further. This is the British government protecting British interests and British lives.